Morning. It's been ages since we recorded a video.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it feels weird, don't it?
Yeah, but it's been needed, I think.
Yeah, it's been nice to
Have a couple of weeks off.
Yeah.
Well, I say a couple of weeks off. One of those weeks was filled up with a stomach bug.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't have been any videoing done then anyway, would there?
No, definitely not.
That was not a nice week.
No. Like a stomach bug is not to recommend anyway. But don't try it in a van.
Stomach bug in a van is should not be on your to-do list. Not fun.
Not
but
fun.
It did the rounds, started with the kids and then hopped over to us.
Yep.
So yeah, fun week.
Yeah, it was a good week. Definitely.
But we're all healthy now and enjoying our very last day in Tenerife.
Yeah, we're leaving. The ferry goes at 8:30 tonight, so we're just sucking in all the last sunshine it will get.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have to deal with the miserable weather of the south coast of Spain.
Exactly. We're going to think it's cold though after this.
Yeah, and the water's going to be freezing.
Yeah. We're going to be spoiled.
Yeah. So we mentioned a few weeks ago that we're going to be doing a Q&A, and that is this week.
Today.
Welcome to the Q&A. Loads and loads of really, really good questions. So to anybody who's left us a comment, massive thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope that we get around to answering all the good ones.
Yeah.
Shall we jump right in?
Yes.
We'll start off with a big one. It was in Swedish, this one, but I'll do my best to translate it. Are you completely free from cancer now? Are you healthy, and how are you feeling?
Yes, I am. What do you call it in English? NED.
No evidence of disease.
So
Yeah.
you don't get like what is the word in English? Friskförklarad.
Yeah, they don't label it as cancer-free.
No.
For at least a few years, 5 years. Yeah.
I think it is. So it's always like a big risk chance of it coming back the first 5 years. But right now I am no evidence of disease,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah.
And
As
I'm-
of 6 months ago when you did the scans.
Yes, exactly. I should be doing my next scan tomorrow. But obviously we pushed that up, so in a month's time or something.
Yeah, we got the appointment a little bit earlier than we were expecting.
Yeah.
We were expecting it to come at the end of April. It came at the beginning of April. So we've pushed it up and
Yeah,
it's in
exactly.
about a month's time now.
Yeah. So we'll see what that says. But right now, you'll have to live in the moment, don't you? So right now we are healthy as you can get.
Yeah.
How am I feeling? I'm feeling quite good most of the time. I still get tired, which is not strange. Like people say that you can feel that up to 10 years after you have radiotherapy and chemotherapy. So we're expecting that to last for a bit longer than just a year. And I still got a lot of pain if I don't take my medicine right, which I don't do a lot of the time.
Terrible.
It's like a balance, because if I take my painkillers, then obviously I'm not in as much pain anymore, but I get very, very tired and drowsy, and then I can't join in and do stuff all the time, and I feel, yeah, just very tired all the time. So then I've not been taking them as much because I want to feel alive.
Yeah, it's like trying to balance the pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, obviously you don't want to be living in pain, but you also don't want to be living completely drowsy and out of it all the time.
No, exactly.
So, you know, you take them enough for it to sort of squash the pain enough, don't you?
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
And then one other thing that we should tag on to this question is your neuropathy, your nerve damage, because that's not been asked, but that's been quite an ongoing thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, which has been loads and loads better here. So like now I would say, oh, it's gone almost. But we'll see what comes back when we get to a bit colder climates, because obviously the heat makes it a lot better. So I don't even take my medicine for that at the moment because it feels so good.
Yeah.
I still feel it, but same with that. I don't like taking medicine if I don't have to, so that's stopped.
How long are we planning to travel with the kids? Are we enjoying this kind of travelling, or is it more challenging than we thought? Yes, yes, yes.
No. I would say it's not more challenging than I thought.
No.
I had exactly this
Okay,
in the back
yeah.
of my head, to be honest. I feel like it's a lot easier to have kids when you travel like this than when you got kids in a house.
Yeah, absolutely.
How it is when you travel with kids, like we know what it's like. Sometimes you can't even drive from where we used to live to, like my parents, for example, which is half an hour. So you've still got that in the back of your head, and you know that you have to take it day by day. And if they don't want to drive one day, then you can't drive one day. And if you have to drive that day anyway, then you just load out the snacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of bribes that come out on those long driving days.
Yeah, and all kids have their days. You and me have our days where we don't feel like doing stuff.
Yeah.
No kids like to be sat in the car for 4 hours.
No.
But we do got kids that also know that like when we get to the place, then it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like I thought they was exactly going to be like that. So I don't find it more challenging than I thought it would be.
No.
I feel like we've been doing this enough during weekends and holidays and stuff for us to know what it's like to travel in with kids.
Yeah, I mean, we've been living this sort of lifestyle forever since before the kids were born.
Yeah.
Just that we've mostly been doing it in the summers.
Yeah.
We've been camping. We've been away in the little van, obviously, when these were younger. And no, it's definitely no more challenging than having small kids in a house.
No.
I don't think.
And so
In fact, less challenging in a lot of ways. Yeah.
So I don't find it more challenging than I thought it would be. When you live in a van and they got hard days, you don't want to stay inside. Then you want to go outside, and when you get outside, everything is better. Like
Yeah.
kids enjoy being outside. They need to run, they need to play, they need to get the fresh air and everything. And all of a sudden, that bad day turns into a good day. But if you were in a house, it might have kept going as a bad day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time it is less challenging in a van, to be honest.
Yeah. The first part of that question was how long are we planning to travel with the kids?
And we don't know.
No, exactly.
At some point, Charlie needs to start school, which is in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
But where and how and what we're going to do for that, we've not decided yet.
No, exactly. We thought we knew, but we keep discussing it back and forth, and we've not quite come to the decision yet, have we?
No.
So the answer to that question is we'll see.
Yeah. You'll know when we know.
Yeah, probably not much after, to be honest. How do we afford to travel abroad? Do we live on the money that we got from selling the house?
No. We saved the money that we got from the house because at one point we're going to want to buy a new house. So that is in a safe place for future living.
Yes.
We live on air. No, joking. No, but you work from here. Well,
Yeah.
We both do, but you're the one who's earning money. And we're earning money from you guys watching this.
A little bit.
And I'm on parent leave still.
Yeah.
So we get an income from parent leave. And to be fair, like yes, taking ferries cost a lot, but when you're like in the place you want to be, it doesn't cost very much. Like you decide if you want to spend a lot of money or not. We can cook all our meals in the van. We can buy however cheap or expensive food we want.
Yeah.
We can, like you can do it however you want really. The only thing that you like have to pay for is obviously filling up water, emptying toilet, and diesel for driving.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
When we get back to Sweden, the water and all of that stuff is free. Everywhere. I think one of the biggest things that you notice when you move into a van, and this is not exclusive to us, this is quite a common thing I think, one of the biggest differences is how few bills you have. Like, obviously us going from a mortgage, we had all the bills that come with owning a house. We were already paying road tax, we were already paying insurance, whatever, so it's just the bills that you get from owning the van itself, really.
Yeah.
And then obviously extra diesel and stuff, but that's how we afford it, is that we
Yeah.
don't spend much.
Hey.
Hey dude,
Hey,
you right?
yeah.
You come to join us?
No, I just wanted to sit down here and play with you.
Okay.
Are you okay? You playing your video game, are you?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
How do the kids handle being bilingual? Do they know Spanish now too? Answer to that is the kids handle being bilingual amazingly.
Yeah,
They
it's
are
good.
fantastic
Yeah.
in both English and in Swedish.
Go up to the mountain.
Going up a mountain! We're gonna
And
go.
I got some stones.
And you've got some stones.
Them are good things for me to run. Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah, I can run really fast.
You can run really fast.
You know how fast?
How fast? Go on, show me. It's just such a natural thing for them that they don't even know that they're bilingual. They just speak whatever comes to them. Are you also coming? Okay. Full family Q&A coming up. Yeah, they're doing really, really well with both English and Swedish.
Yeah.
The fact that she is only 2, you forget it, don't you, with her language.
Yeah.
She talks so well in both English and Swedish.
She does.
And
knows
you
who
too,
to
eh?
speak what language with. That's the big thing as well.
Probably the
That's
most
what-
impressive thing, to be
Yeah.
honest, is that it doesn't really flow between the languages. She speaks English to English-speaking people and Swedish to Swedish-speaking people,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
Did they know Spanish as well? What words do you know in Spanish?
Gracias.
Gracias. Oh, can you remember how you say hello?
Hello.
That's in English, mate. Hola.
Kuya.
Hola. So, no, they don't know Spanish, but neither do we. They know the odd word,
Yeah.
the same as we do.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We know enough to get by if we have to speak to somebody who doesn't speak English, basically. And the kids have picked up the odd word, so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more before we head off then. How long have we been together and any talk of marriage?
Big words. We've been together, well, we met 11 years ago, now in April.
Yeah, 11 years ago, around now actually.
Yeah. You've lived in Sweden for what, 8 years then?
Yeah, it'll be 9 years this summer actually.
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
Yeah.
So we've been together for a while, yeah. I proposed to you
2.5 years ago. When I was
3 years,
very-
be 3 years in the summer, yeah.
Yeah.
3
I was
years ago.
Very pregnant with Bella, wasn't I?
Yeah. So yeah, marriage is talked about sometimes, but also we have other things going on. It'll happen at some point,
It's been a lot of things that's come between, so to say.
Hey, come here.
definitely. And then a question that was tagged onto that is how did we meet? I feel like we might have answered this in a
we
earlier
have,
Q&A,
yeah.
so we'll just do it quickly. We lived in Cyprus. Molin worked as a waitress and I worked as a bartender in a cocktail sushi bar on the beach connected to a nice fancy hotel. And we were there for a summer and she just couldn't resist my English charm.
Says the man who moved to Sweden.
Compromises, isn't it?
Adult.
And that was 11 years ago when we were young.
When we were young.
Teenagers, almost.
We had hair.
I had hair. Good times.
Good times.
All right, let's wrap this bit up then. We'll answer some more on the way to the ferry.
Yes, sir.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Typical Spain, this, isn't it?
Literally no idea where we're going. Not a single person working. Like signposts going this way all over the place. You got absolutely no idea. We're here like well early, so I would have liked to have just sort of parked up somewhere and waited, but hey. See what
Spain.
happens. Spain.
All right, next question.
Next question.
What will we be doing after this trip and plans for the summer? So, right now we're obviously on the way to the ferry. We're not driving. That's why I don't put a seatbelt on, just so people know. Obviously, we're on our way back to Spain. Then we're going to drive the south and east coast of Spain up and then towards Sweden. And then we're just going to be around Sweden for the summer. We got wedding in the end of May. We got a lot of hospital appointments and stuff to check off, both for me and like dentist for the kids and all these boring things that you have to do.
Yeah. And we've also got a lot to fix on the van as well. We've got a list of things that we sort of want to change, or there's stuff that doesn't quite work, stuff that we want to upgrade, stuff that we want to downgrade. We've got quite a bit that we want to do throughout the summer as well, haven't we?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And then the plan is to go and see some of our new friends.
yeah.
Travel around Sweden a bit and see some of the new friends that we met here and stuff. So that's exciting
Yeah.
as well.
That feels really nice.
And we got one big thing planned that Tom doesn't know about yet because it's a birthday present.
Oh, really? First time hearing about this. Okay. What is it?
You'll see.
What is it? What are we doing? Ooh. Exciting.
But yeah, that's the plan for now. And then by the end of the summer, after I've done my next scans, the plan is to travel back down south somewhere. We're aiming to Portugal and then we'll see where we end up.
Yeah, because you have your cancer scans every 6 months. So obviously
Yeah.
now in May and then in sort of October.
Yeah.
And then after that we're heading south again.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Portugal, I think, next year.
Yeah.
Or next,
Not next
at the end of this year.
Yeah.
I think.
Portugal, and then we'll see where we end up after that.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna have to show our tickets, so we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah. All right, now we're actually in the line for the ferry.
Yeah.
Next question is, Did we go through a lot of emotions letting go of material things in order to simplify when we moved into the van?
No.
No, not really, to be honest. Like, I go through a lot of emotions the other way. I'm like, I just want to get rid of more. Like, the fact that we've got a storage container thing back in Sweden with so much stuff in it, it just fills me with dread and anxiety. I just want to burn it to the ground, honestly. We've got a lot of stuff in the back that we sort of half use, half don't use, that we're thinking about, like, leaving in Sweden when we get back there. And it's like, I just want to leave it all, just throw it all away.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you saw me how I was in the YouTube videos when we were moving. I just threw everything.
Yeah.
In the end, I didn't even ask you, because you were a bit, when we were moving, you were a bit more like, oh, should we keep it, should we not? So I was like, hiding stuff. I was like, throw in this behind comes back.
Honestly, you see what I have to live with?
I still do, to be honest. He's like, oh, I need this t-shirt. I'm like, oh, it's got 3 holes in it. Oh, it disappeared in the laundry.
Wondered where all my t-shirts were going. She's answering all of life's big questions here. I feel like as time goes on, I'm more and more like just throw it all away, simplify, minimalist sort of.
I got no emotions to any material things, to be honest. Like all the memories and all the good things is where this, as you see here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certain things that I miss. There's certain things that like we left behind that maybe we'll try and incorporate into the van, like when we get back. For example, a guitar. This is the first time I've ever been without a guitar for a long period of time, and I think we're going to try and find space for that. But it's not really like an emotional attachment thing. It's just like, I miss having a guitar. The rest of it just feels like material nothing.
Yeah, then you basically answered the next question as well, where it was like, do you miss your belongings, or do we enjoy the minimalist lifestyle? And I feel like we answered that question.
Exactly that. There's stuff that we miss, but we'll try and incorporate it into the life when we get back.
Yeah, I still feel like we got way too much stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But this is also the thing, like, this is the first time we've been away for a long period of time in the van. So there's some things that it was like, we couldn't really have known that we didn't need it.
No.
For example, like, we've got a giant sup board in the back that we've used like one time. It's hard to use it here where there's so many waves in the ocean and stuff. Maybe when we go travelling next time, we'll just take the surfboard instead of that.
Yeah.
The grill, for example, we use the grill like 4 or 5 times a week when we're in Sweden, and now we've used it 1 time since we've been here. It's just so it's that sort of thing we wouldn't know. But that's also good because it means that we've got stuff that we can knock off the list when we get back to Sweden. All right, one more super quickie before we get on the ferry, because we're just seeing it pulling in now. Where do we shower and wash clothes? Yeah, obviously we don't have a proper shower in this van. I say yet, probably won't at all because we don't feel like we need it that much. Right now, in Tenerife and probably when we're in Spain and stuff, we shower outside.
Yeah, we got a little...
we've got like a portable shower and like a bucket and stuff, and that works really, really well.
Yeah, it works perfectly.
In fact, it's nice. It's nice to shower outside when it's hot.
Yeah, we also used like beach showers, obviously.
Beach showers we use whenever we can, but a lot of them you're not allowed to use soap in, so that's often more like a rinse.
Yeah.
And obviously just before we left, if you remember the water leak situation in Sweden, we installed hot water. So whilst we do shower outside, we can have hot water to shower with. So it's not like cold outside showers.
No. And before that, we shower when we, like now, we're going to have a shower when we get onto the ferry. Then you're fine for a week. No, I'm joking.
She's not joking.
No, I'm joking.
She's definitely not joking.
We rarely take into like proper campings, but we do use like stellplats or whatever you call it in English, where you can pay €5 to fill your water up and stuff like that, and also use the shower.
Yeah, and then obviously when we're doing like long periods of travel, like we will be when we get over to Spain now, we do take into a campsite every now and then just to sort of empty toilets and fill up with water and stuff, and they've always got showers and stuff. So.
Yeah. And wash our clothes is just laundry mats. How do you say it in English?
Laundromat, yeah. Laundry, yeah, exactly. Lavanderia in Spain, yeah. There's a lot of laundry places in Spain and in Tenerife and stuff. So wherever.
A lot of the time when you do. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it going to be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Det kan vi ta till.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's Bella?
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Kids are sat in their little den fort thing, watching some films. So let's see what other questions we've got.
Yeah, let's do it. What are the struggles with travelling in such a small van with 2 little ones? Toys, I would say. The fact that we still got quite a lot of toys, to be honest, but I do feel like kids have to be allowed to have toys.
Yeah.
You can't, like, just because we move out of a house, we can't say no toys.
No.
Like, they still had to have quite a bit of toys, and obviously we moved out, and then it was Charlie's birthday, and then it was Christmas, and it's hard to tell people you can't buy them toys. So I feel like the struggle is to store toys.
Yeah, they end up scattered around all over the van a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest struggles for me, because I feel like it's stuff everywhere all the time.
Yeah,
for
it's
that
like
reason.
keeping the van tidy, isn't it? In that respect, is difficult.
If you have to think this hard, it's not that many struggles.
No, it's not. Like it's not that many struggles. That's what I was just thinking. Like if toys are out all over the van is our biggest problem, then it's not really any problem at all, is it?
No,
I was thinking there's got to be more struggles with, but I don't know if there is. One of the struggles that we're going to have soon is that we're going to outgrow this van in terms of the beds, and that is going to be a struggle because the bed system that we've built for the kids, it's like an L-shaped bed that's on top of ours, so they sleep above our feet. And Charlie, at least, is outgrowing his bit where he sleeps.
Yeah.
So now it's not a massive problem, but this time next year, he's going to be too big for that bed. Yeah. And that's when we're going to start struggling a little bit. We're going to have to come up with a different solution.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's sort of
that will be
a foreseeable struggle. But right now, I don't think there are any really.
No, I don't. I honestly don't think that we got more struggles in the van than we did in the house, if you want to call it struggles. Like, even when we lived in the house, we thought there was toys everywhere. Yeah. It's just that you can't walk anywhere when it's toys everywhere in a van. Yeah, it's like positives and negatives, isn't it? Because whilst it feels like it gets messy quickly in the van, it goes really quickly to tidy up. Like, it takes 5 minutes to whiz round and the van's clean again. Which is obviously not like that in a house, or it wasn't in our house anyway. No, oh God, no.
What do we do on rainy days?
We've not had many rainy days,
to
be honest.
No. Luckily, being in Spain and in Tenerife, we've not had many rainy days at all. But
what we normally do is we try to do the shopping those days, because there's always like food shopping and stuff like that you need to do, when we try to do that those days, so it's not just sitting inside the van all day. We bake. We got the Omnia, so we can bake. We try to do that. Yeah. We play.
We've got
a lot of Uno.
Yeah, we've got Uno, and the kids have got loads of like other board games and stuff. And then apart from that, it's like, what do normal people do? What do people in a house do when it's rainy? You know, you normally sit in, you entertain them in different ways. You do drawing, you do puzzles, you do crafts, you do stuff like that. It's the same thing. Yeah. What other jobs have we had?
I used to be a waitress in all different kinds of places, like restaurants, bars, Christmas dinners, parties, whatever you can imagine. I used to work in an ice cream place a lot of years, actually. Yeah, I don't know what else. I've done loads of different kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I started off in bars and cafes, bartender, and then moved on to making cocktails mostly. So I was a cocktail bartender for a while. That's when we met. And then I actually studied music technology and production. So when I was into my 20s, I moved into sort of that field where I was doing events and stuff, working with audio equipment and camera equipment and stuff like that. And then I finally moved on to doing something that I wanted to do for a sort of longer term career, which is editing videos. So I call myself a video editor now, but most of my clients are actually podcast clients. So video editor / podcast editor, that sort of thing. Yeah. Favourite traditional Swedish / English food? That's a good one. Traditional English food, like the thing that I often find myself missing after moving away from England is Sunday dinners, roast dinners on a Sunday. Like, it's not like you can't do roast dinners in other places. It's just not
The same.
It's not the same, and it's not like the done thing normally.
And I would also have said Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Because it is not just like the roast and the potatoes. It's like the stuffing. You can't get stuffing in Sweden.
No.
And Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
Like, you can make them by yourself, but it's never the same, is it?
You can make them by yourself, but it's a massive effort to do everything homemade.
Yeah.
I think, and for that reason, you just don't end up ever doing it really. We make like shepherd's pies and things like that,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say that was my favourite.
No, I do.
English.
Or I
food.
do. I did a lot of pastries.
Yeah.
In the house. That's hard in the van, but
Yeah.
I used to do that.
Yeah,
for
you did. That's good. So you did. Some really good English
Cheese
pastries.
And cheese and onion pastries.
Yeah.
Just nice.
Favorite traditional Swedish foods. I don't know if you would say it's traditional Swedish food, but still pickled herring.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I ever had to move away from Sweden, that's one thing I'd take with me. Pickled herring.
Yeah, it is good.
Really good.
I like raggmunk. That's a good one. That's like pancake with potatoes in it, and you eat it with lingonberries. It's hard because it's hard to think like what is proper traditional Swedish food.
Yeah. Meatballs.
Like meatballs. That's what the kids would miss.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then last question. What were the things that we looked forward to the most with travelling, and what have we actually enjoyed most?
What I was looking forward to the most with travelling, I think, was to not feel sick anymore.
Yes.
Like, everything in the house before we sold that made us feel like we were back. Like, it was all about cancer. It was all about being sick in
Yeah.
that house. So with getting away and travelling was like, I wanted to be us again. I wanted to be a family and not just focus on being sick.
Yeah.
That was what I was looking forward to the most with
The
travelling.
house was very much like the place where you went through chemo,
Yeah.
wasn't it, at the
Yeah.
end? And we were both looking forward to getting out of there at the end. And I think that was probably the biggest part of travelling, was starting the next chapter.
Yeah.
Starting the chapter after cancer or after being sick or whatever. That was probably what I was looking forward to most.
Yeah.
And probably actually what I've enjoyed the most. It
Yeah.
has felt like turning the page and living the sort of lifestyle that we were looking forward to living.
Yeah, and one thing that I've enjoyed a lot is meeting people that's like-minded.
Yeah.
I feel like that was something that we were hoping that we would do,
Yeah.
but we didn't know. And I didn't expect to meet so many people that we could, by the end of it, call friends.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. The fact that we've met so many people who are doing a similar sort of thing to us, just fantastic, really nice people.
Yeah, I also think it's nice the fact that even though basically nobody else has kids, a lot of them has taken on our kids as their friends as well.
Yeah.
It's not just us and then we got kids to tag along. Like, they act like the kids are their friends as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's really nice.
Yeah, and it's made the kids feel like that they've also made friends.
Yeah.
The kids have also felt like, you know, they've got new mates out of this trip, the same as we have.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting away from the Swedish winter.
Yeah.
If you'd have asked me a few months ago what I was looking forward to, that would have been the thing.
Yeah.
Because I was really ready to leave the Swedish winter this year.
Yeah, get some sunshine and be able to go swimming and enjoy beach time even in February.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also up there on the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
So lots of things to be thankful for, to be honest,
Yeah.
from this trip.
Absolutely.
And long may it continue.
Yeah.
That's about it for the questions. Thanks to everybody who's left us a question. We've had some really good ones there.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry if this last section's been felt a little bit deflated or a little bit low. We are on the ferry and it's quite wavy, and we've been suppressing nausea and stuff like that. But we're feeling all right at the moment, but I felt like the mood's been a little bit like low. So apologies if you've noticed that.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.